Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen and I'm a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. I'm going to share a thrift haul with you guys. I went to Denver, Colorado recently, and I went to the bins, which is the Goodwill outlet. It's what we call the Goodwill outlet because they bring out a bunch of things in these gigantic bins and people fight over the things. It looks like a fight. They're just in a hurry trying to get the best things. It's an interesting experience if you've never done it before. After the initial rush of everyone going after everything, there is some calm and peace where you can just kind of look through peacefully. And I recently went and I picked up, I think it's 12 pounds. I'll have to look and see what my average cost of goods was. It was under $2. And I'm going to go through those things with you now. I only stayed about 2 hours because I just can't do more than that right now. It's a lot of physical effort. I'm going to show you the first thing I got. I've already gone through eBay and Poshmark and comped these things, meaning I have looked to see how much things have sold for. And I looked up what the average sales price was and the most recent sell-through rate. So that is how many items have sold divided by how many items have sold plus are still listed. So everything that was listed in the last 90 days is the time period I'm looking at. I'm going to pull up Vendoo, which is where I cross-post everything. It is an inventory management system, analytics system, and cross-posting service. So I will originate all my listings in Vendoo, and then I'll list it all 4 of those platforms right when I list them. Sorry, I'm going through my Vendoo tabs. My light is really bright here and I can't get it to turn down, so Lord help me, I just bought this light. It's supposed to have the ability to dim and brighten, and it's not. So they're probably going to want me to return it when I ask for a refund. I hate doing that because then I've got to try to package it up in something. But anyway, I am definitely going off on a tangent. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you guys is a brand new with tags. Here's the tag. It shows like what the sale price was and everything. But the retail price was $89.98. Looks like it was on sale for $31.49. It is a size 12 Calvin Klein dress in this blue and white pattern, kind of like a bark pattern. It's a sheath dress. The light in this room is still being weird to me. It's like changing from, you know, I don't know how to explain what I'm talking about. It's got the exposed zipper and it's unlined, but it does have a lot of stretch to it. So I think this is going to do really well. Calvin Klein career dresses have an ASP of $30 and a sell-through rate of 18%. I paid $1.54 per item. That was my average cost of goods at the bins. So I just took the number of items and the amount I paid and figured up the average. I'm going to list it for $42. That allows me to leave room for offers and whatnot. Okay, I'm not going to hide this BOLO from you guys. BOLO stands for be on the lookout, and it means typically a brand or a style or something that you want to look for as a reseller. This is Gunny Sacks by Jessica McClintock. First time finding old gunny sacks like this, vintage. It looks like it's either missing its slip or you're just supposed to provide your own. But it's got this lace bodice, puff sleeve, long sleeve, this peasant cottagecore vibes look to it. And it is a shirt dress. It buttons all the way down. and it is belted. I think it's missing one of the buttons like at the top. Typically when you see these selling really high, this brand of peasant dresses, it has a lot more going on with it, maybe some flowers, maybe some layers, but I still think this one will do well. And it is like a cream color. I was so excited when I found this. My jaw literally dropped when I saw the brand. It was the very first thing I picked up there. I went up when they were making their rotations. They allow you to get around the bends and then they say shop and everybody kind of digs in. It was the first thing I touched in the first bin during the first rotation. Yeah, I was very excited. Let's see, what am I going to list it for? I did a lot of research, but it was still hard to tell what this might truly go for because I didn't find anything just like it. I found similar items. The ASP of similar dresses and gunny sacks is $106 with a 32% sell-through rate. I'm going to list mine for $124 and allow offers and see what I can get for it. I might only be able to get as low as $40 or $50. I might be able to get my full cost. It just depends if the right person is going to come along. I also don't have a size on it because it was cut out. Let's see if it's at the bottom with the material tag. I'm not seeing a material tag. So I'm guessing that was cut out with the size at the top there. It's typically right underneath the gunny sacks label. So those are first two items, not bad. Everything else is a little bit more haphazard, I would say. Like, here's a lace tablecloth, a rectangular crochet lace tablecloth. It's very pretty. I need to measure it. I don't think it's all that big. It's probably like for a 4x6 table if I just had to throw out a guess. I'm going to list it for $38. The ASP for similar was $36 with a 4% sell-through rate. This next item is not a brand I've heard of, nor do I think is a special brand per se, but it is a cute crochet tunic. And I don't even know if this was ever worn. It is an extra grande, so that's an extra large. I always provide measurements in my listings. I say always, sometimes I forget. But I intend to provide measurements in my listings. I'll measure across pit to pit and length, shoulder to bottom hem. I need to turn off this. I love the scent of this Scentsy wax burner, but it's making my nose itch right now, so I don't want to do that. So the kind of a generic tunic, what did I say I was going to list it for? $18. And I didn't really have an ASP or a sell-through on that since it was a brand that was pretty generic. This is something that, because it has a tag on it, that means that it was put out for sale at the store and then nobody bought it. Those other items, none of them had tags. So they were either raw donations to the Goodwill outlet or they just never made it out on the floor. This is something my stepson actually found for me. I told him pearl snap shirts, vintage, can do well, and so he brought me over a couple. And this one was the one in better condition, although I don't have a size. The other one was a size 3X, and they looked to be the same size. It is a vintage Wrangler short sleeve pearl snap shirt. Okay, that is a different Wrangler shirt. Let me see. This one I'm going to list for $15. It's pretty... It doesn't have any major flaws in it, like tears or big stains, but the sell-through rate is less than 1% on the short sleeve Wrangler tops, and the ASP is only $13, so you know, people want pearl snap shirts, but they're not spending a lot on them. This next one is a kind of an odd piece. It is a jumpsuit, or coveralls is what it's called. It's a women's cycling brand called Pearl Izumi. Actually, they make men's too, but they have zip ankles. It's a very odd piece, isn't it? I don't even know how to describe it. It has the roll-up sleeves, if you'd like that. It's got an adjustable cinch waist. It's got a full zip, pockets. Here's the brand. Normally you'll find like cycling tops or tank tops or something like that. And I do find another piece in this brand. This looked interesting, so I looked it up. And I didn't find a whole lot of solds, but I did find, let's see, I did find one or two, and they looked good. So I'm going to list it for $45. I'm going to insert some screenshots of the sold. I can't remember what it sold for, but it seemed pretty good when I was comping things at the bins. Even though I'm not spending all that much money at the bins, I don't want to bring home things that aren't going to sell at all, you know, because I want to be able to list everything that I bring home. Sometimes I find flaws where I can't, but I want to. And this next item is a Disney Goofy baseball shirt, kind of like a jersey. It's got Goofy across the front with this Goofy patch. He's so cute. Goofy was one of my mom's favorites. And it's Disneyland Resorts tag. It's a size extra large. And it looks like it's a men's. I mean, it could be unisex, but as far as sizing wise, looks like a men's. It's navy blue. I did find some sold as well on this one. Let's see if I had it. Sell through. Yeah, $23 is the ASP with a 28% sell through rate. I'm going to list mine for $35. And another thing that could be considered like costume this time of year that I want to get listed pretty quickly is a Star Trek shirt. It is a size, I know there's a size in here somewhere, but it's like an extra large or XX. And it's this mustard yellow color. Got the Star Trek logo there. And I'm going to list it for $25. It had a $16 ASP and a 6% sell-through rate. Again, hoping it'll do well during Halloween. Let me see if it had a size on the inside tag, because I was pretty sure. Yeah, it's an XXL. And the brand is Star Trek Plus Robe Factory. Never heard of it. I guess technically it could also be a sleep shirt. This was something I did not find similars sold, but the brand is Spider. It's a one size. Spider is now also sold at Costco, so it's not necessarily the best brand anymore. It was a pretty expensive brand, and once something goes to Costco or Walmart or Kohl's, that kind of changes. But it also has this US ski team patch and cute little pom-pom. I'm just going to list it for $10. Didn't find anything to suggest that anything had sold like it before, but I was only looking back 90 days. And this is September, so maybe some sold last year. This one is actually a really good one. Let me find the the draft that I've got created here. It's got a $55 ASP. It is a Anthropologie brand called Conversations. And it's a dress with a shirt dress with bugs and butterflies on it, and this beautiful bright red cap sleeve, belted, and the belt is attached, which is nice. Doesn't always happen. It's lined. Is it lined? It could be lined. Yeah, it's lined. And it has a $55 ASP, 50% sell-through rate. So that would look like 100% if you were not taking into consideration the ones that were listed into the calculation. So there's just as many sold as listed. This is a size US 2. I have that I'm going to list it for $75. That has to be based on what the current listing price is, because with the $55 ASP that might seem like a stretch, but I think the current listing price is what drove me to pick that. This might go pretty quickly and I might be able to add some more things in, but it's also nice to get these videos out there faster as well. So I think there were like 13 items. This next one is a new with tag. Brand is called Mud Pie, and it's a muslin sleep sack. I'll show a picture that shows what it looks like because I don't want to take it out of this bag. It's like a little gift bag, but it's the same pattern, rose pattern, and it's a sleep sack that you would put a baby in. The size is 0 to 6 months. It's hard for me to tell what it retailed for, but maybe $30. And I'm going to list mine for $24. Yeah, I think I only have 5 more items. And this is a pretty quick video, so I might show you some things that are over here. I got them in Colorado as well. Yeah, I got them in Denver, but just not at the bins. This is a perfect color for fall. It is a vintage and tailor tweed wool blend. I think it might be 100% wool, but I think it's a wool blend blazer, and it's got a velvet collar, these leather look buttons, like it looks like it's covered in leather. I don't think they're probably real leather, but could be. And here's the vintage and tailor tag. Yeah, it's wool, nylon, and other, and made in Hungary. So it's a little wrinkled. I'll try to get all the wrinkles out. Now let me look and see what I was going to list that one for. $30. ASP was $23. It always feels like the ASP is right around $25, give or take. And the sell-through rate was 7%. Here's another Pearl Azumi branded item. It's a size medium as well, potentially from the same donation. And it is just a tank. It's not like a cycling shirt in the sense that it doesn't have those pockets at the back or the zip up. So this might be something you'd wear underneath or just for fashion. It's stretchy. It's got that abstract print. And I'm going to list this for $18. My ASP was 15, and my sell-through rate was also 15%. So $15 and 15%. Again, average cost of goods was $1.54, so that's not too bad. But I will say I have another source where my average cost of goods ends up being lower than $1, so I don't know if the bins is even the cheapest option for me at the current moment. This is a Jumpman Jordan, Nike onesie. You can't use the word onesie, but yeah. It's a 24 month, so it's a kid's hooded one-piece zip up outfit. Onesie is trademarked, and so you will get dinged on eBay. There's a program called Vero that it's some sort of violation that you can get, and you can get your account shut down if you do that too often. It's hard to know sometimes, because to a lot of us, like, the word onesie seems generic, but it's not. I'm going to list for $18, and I didn't have a ASP or sell-through rate. I didn't find the exact item listed, and so I think I went based on, since it's new with tags, the retail price, and then probably about half of that or a third of that. Okay, this is a Prana, second to last item from the bins, size large. It's a men's slim fit, organic cotton, olive green. It's more sort of an army green. It looks a little more olive in this light, but grayish green kind of color. And organic cotton. It's good to mention that in the titles when you got something that's organic cotton, because people do look for that specifically. And I'm going to list it for $29. It has an ASP of $22. Everything was right around that $25 mark. And a 9% sell-through rate. Okay, one more thing. It's a pair of shoes. Not the most exciting either, but it is something that sells. Skechers. People love their Skechers. These are the Skechers Go Max. Go Walk. Can't tell if that's dust. Yeah, that's dust. Need to clean them out. They had these at $9.99 in the store. What size are they? They're really, not so bad on the bottom, not that worn. I don't see any marks or anything. They are a women's size 7.5. I'm gonna list for $29. The ASP was $19. 10% sell-through rate, and again, since I'm listing it for $10 more than the ASP, I must have looked at the current list price. And I will typically list somewhere between the ASP and the current list price based on condition. Sometimes I even go over the current list price if I have something that's like new with tags or looks brand new. But, I want to sell. I don't want to be the most expensive, but I don't need to be the cheapest either unless my item is just not as great as the others. Okay, since that went really quickly, since I'd already done the lookup on that, I'm going to go ahead and show you some things that I got at an ARC. Yeah, I think I got most of these at ARC. This one, it needs to be steamed. It's a very light blush pink. Let me put near my face. Yeah, that gives a better, truer color. That's really pretty. I think it would wash me out, but on someone else it would be very pretty. Maybe if I just put things next to my face, it helps. This is 100% silk. Let me look. And Massimo Dutti is a good brand. I don't think a lot of people are like looking for it specifically per se, but they are looking for quality sweaters. And let me just look it up in here. Yeah, silk and bamboo. I think that's even better that it's both of those. I'm listing it for $38. I paid $6.52, so I did pay the full price plus tax. And I did so because of those materials. And I'm trying to get some sweaters in my store and closet. The ASP is $32, and but the sell-through rate's low, 8%. All right, this one actually came from Goodwill. Did it come from Bins? I don't think so. It's We the Free, size medium, and this is a pair of pull-on, elastic waist, wide leg, chambray pants. This light fade here, cinch waist, pockets, more pockets. I'll be able to tell you whether I got it at the Bins. No, I got these at the Goodwill. They are called the Luna Denim Pull-On. They're not really a denim material though. I'm going to list for $42. My cost of goods was $6.09. So they were on sale, I think 30% off. And there were none sold on eBay. I'll have to check Poshmark, and I'm pretty sure there were some sold on Poshmark, but Poshmark doesn't give you the numbers like ASP or sell-through rate to go by. Here's another Free People item. We the Free is also Free People. This one I got at ARC in Denver. Stuck together from static or something. It's a tunic or dress. It's got embroidery. It's got these peasant sleeves, asymmetrical hem, lace. Doesn't really have embroidery, I guess. It has lace and crochet details. Here's the Free People tag. It's a small. And I kind of debated whether to get this one, but I just have a feeling on this. But typically this type of a oversized boho dress does well for me. And it's called the Free People Moonchild dress. I'm going to list it for $42. And I know I have some solds, but I didn't put down an ASP. The average listed price right now on eBay is $90. Cost of goods, I paid $8.69. I was specifically looking for categories in Colorado that I can't necessarily find well here, like sweaters. So this next one is a sweater, and it's the brand IRO, which I had not heard of, but seems to do well. It's got an ASP of $43. When I say it does well, it's the ASP, not the sell-through rate, which was 3%. I'm listing mine for $59, and my cost of goods is $8.69. It's a medium. It's got these cutouts along the neckline, front and back. They're kind of hard to see. It's long sleeve, black. What's the material? It's 100% cotton, and the style is called Lazina. All right, two more things left over here. I've got more stuff to show you guys from Colorado, but I'm just doing it in batches. These next two are two vintage sweaters. This one is a Draper's and Damon's. It's a wool blend made in Hong Kong, size large. I got it for this beautiful embroidery detail. I think this is very winter cottage core, you know. It's really pretty, and I think it's only wool and acrylic, but it's still a great feeling knit in a cream color, and I'm listing it for $30. The other vintage sweater I'm listing for $46, and it's this one. It is a Jeffrey and Dara by Linda Hutley. Size is in there somewhere. And it's this kind of double-breasted sweater cardigan with military gold buttons and a nautical theme going on with that embroidered anchor. Yeah, it's a really nice knit as well. So I'm going to list that one for $46, and I paid $7.61. Yeah, that's everything I'm going to show you for now. So I'm going to add all that up, the bin stuff plus the few things I showed you from other stores. I'm going to add up what I spent total and show you how much I think I can get total for all of those things if they were to sell for my full listing price. I have a lot to do, so I'm going to go get some things photographed, starting with that jacket right there I showed you guys in the last haul. Just keep listing. Bye.